I have been deaf. I have not been able to hear anything. And I'm starting to hear now, but for a really, really long time, I was deaf. I couldn't hear positives. I couldn't hear anything good. And that's because when we moved here in January, I really debated everything in my life because we were really bullied online. So we took over from a well-loved show here at Hit 104.7, and it was tough, like really tough. People were so passionate about the old show, and we took over from them, and it was literally really tough for people to deal with, and they took a lot of their frustration and anger out on us online. The things people were saying about Ryan and I before we were even on air was awful. Getting online at that time, Joe, was horrific. And I know that you know this because you sat next to me every day and saw me deal with it.
Yep.
And Ryan as well. So to give some context for this, I mean, I moved here alone. I left my boyfriend in Queensland. My family's 5 hours away. And I'll be honest, I bloody hated being here. I hated it. I wanted to leave because everywhere I went, I felt like everyone hated us. Because online, the hate was just streaming thick and fast. And it was raining down. And there was not a place for me to access that wasn't fueled and fired with hate. Most of it I actually can't repeat on the air because it's violent and has a lot of swears in it, but just for some ideas of the comments that were thrown at Ryan and I. This is why women shouldn't be on radio. You are, Tanya Hennessy, an embarrassment to women. Ryan and Tanya are the worst thing to happen to Canberra. This show does my head in. I can't stand them. You've lost me as a listener forever. This is the worst radio I've ever heard. One thing really offended and upset me particularly was that during Skyfire, which was a huge deal, 110,000 people, we're broadcasting live. I've never done any of that before. And someone started an account called Shit 104.7 and tweeted us live how bad we were. They called Ryan lazy and boring, and they called me shouty McNo friends. And then I obviously was talking about having not a lot of friends at the time, and people were writing to me saying, I can see why she has no friends. This chick deserves no friends. And a part of finding new friends, I did this dance class, Joey, in Kingston, and I'm not a dancer. In fact, I hate it. I was so out of my comfort zone because I couldn't talk to save myself.
Yeah, right.
And I did this Facebook post about how liberated I was to find some new friends, and I was really proud of myself for going to this dance class. And I saw this comment on Facebook, which was my absolute tipping point, and I recorded my thoughts at the time. So this is February this year. And I'm dancing in front of this mirror, and I'm realising I'm like the biggest girl in the class. And I'm looking at my body, and I hate what I'm seeing, and everybody else looks so fine and confident. I'm hating myself. And I'm in this class going, what am I doing? I hate being here. And then I put a video on the 104.7 Facebook page. And I said in the video, I'm really proud of myself for going to this class. And I was really proud of myself. And someone wrote on there, I want to come over there and hit you over the head with a chair. And then they inboxed me and said, the things I want to do to you are so brutal, I can't write them down. I find you painful and annoying. And it's really bloody hard to come back on air the next day and talk about funny things because you're reading such negative, mean things about yourself. It's really hard to hear that because at the time it was so bad, Joe. Like, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Sorry. But I was crying like that most days when I got here. After the show, I was just bawling my eyes out, and I needed someone so desperately to ask if I was okay because I wasn't.
Yep.
I needed my boyfriend and my mum and to have conversations with me and to talk through it. I needed them to reach out. I needed to talk. And my mum and dad came to Canberra a lot because I needed them, because without my mum and that support through that conversation, I doubt I would still be in this job. Without that conversation, that connection, I probably wouldn't have stayed in Canberra. It was real serious. I'm serious. It was so bad. And that's just the way I took it. Somebody needed to ask me if I was okay because I really wasn't. And I'm fine now. It's hard hearing that audio.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it took me back, but I'm fine now. I'm actually in a really good place and I'm really happy in Canberra, and I actually think it's the best career move and best personal move I've ever had. I've come out of it so much stronger, and I'm so glad that my mum and my boyfriend were there to ask if I was okay. And I've learnt procedures and ways to deal with the hate online and the spiralling of anxiety and depression. And even as I say this, I feel catharsis because I feel like I'm letting so much of it go. I needed my people to reach out and ask if I was okay, because through a simple conversation, human interaction and compassion, it can help you from making a serious life or death decision. And through connection, asking that one question, you can save a life. And that's what Are You OK Day is about. I was deaf, and the only question I could hear was, are you okay? And I'm so thankful I was asked. And that's why I'm so proud to work for Are You OK Day. We just get so busy and caught up in our own lives that we forget to ask. But we have to make time in our days for other people and to be aware. We need to reach out and know that you're not alone. And today, and every day, I urge you, if someone doesn't seem themselves, find the right time, find the space, and ask if they're okay.
Well said, Tan. And if you need someone to talk to as well, there's always Lifeline as well.
Yeah, and they do an incredible job. Lifeline are exceptional, and there's a whole bunch of ways that you can have a conversation with someone, techniques that you can do and learn on the Are You OK Day website. So jump on there for a whole bunch of tips. It's ruok.org.au.
And that Lifeline number 13 11 14. Have a great Are You OK Day, Tanya.
You too.
And everyone else as well. Well said.